Internet! I am Kay Thorne, also sometimes known as Miss V, and welcome to my channel, where we're playing through all of the Nancy Drew games, from number 1, Secrets Can Kill, to number 34, Mystery of the Seven Keys, and today we're starting 29? 29! The Silent Spy. Oh, it even says it on the box. Oops. I do still have the disc for this game. This game, what year? We're gonna soon get to a point where they stop doing discs. Because modern day computers don't have disk drives. Which is why I'm not actually using this. I am just using Steam, but... What is the year? 2013. Might have been after this one where it became slower and slower for them to push out games. Because games became more. Yeah. So I do have this. I did start playing it when I first got it. 2013. I graduated college in 2014 with my bachelor's degree. So I would have been hitting some of the harder classes, and I think I got so stuck on college that I played it for a little bit and then stopped playing. So I never really finished. I also wasn't, like, it made me a little, because it's supposed to be about Kate Drew's death. So Nancy Drew's mother. It's supposed to be about that. She's supposed to be like a spy. She was like a spy or something. I don't know. So I felt a little weird because I grew up with the Nancy Drew books. If you look at the bookshelf behind me here, this top shelf, all of those yellow books right there, that is all Nancy Drew. And that's only one layer. So behind these is more Nancy Drew books. So yeah, I also completely forgot that I've got this table set up right here because work was nuts. Work, guys, it was crazy. So there's a table near me, yay. I'm gonna deal with that in my camera. I don't care. I don't feel like trying to make it perfect right now. I just want to play a game and relax. This has been a really long couple of weeks. I had like a backlog of games, but I haven't been able to play for a bit. And I also didn't get the last one edited, apparently. So I don't know if that was supposed to post this past Wednesday or today. Hopefully today, and I will edit it after I record and then get it posted. Oops. I have my coffee, I have my water over here to my left, and I just want to play. So we're going to dive into Nancy Drew the Silent Spy. If you're new to my channel, the goal here is to get a pattern of relaxation so I don't overwork myself, like I was just talking about. So that's the goal here. So please, if you're watching this, leave a comment. There might be things that come up in the game that I'll ask you to leave a comment for, or you can just give me a suggestion for a good desk chair or a good headset that doesn't squish my head. So please share comments, feed the algorithm gods, subscribe if you want to see me play all of these. After I finish them, I'm going to play Beyond Two Souls, and then I'm probably going to play Avowed. I think that's the goal. Or Adamfall, man. Debating if I want to try Adamfall or not. But I definitely want to play Avowed. So yeah, that's what's coming up. Those are the games coming up. And when I hit my summer break, I'm going to do a lot. I teach virtually if you're new to my channel. So I teach from home, but it's still teaching. It's a lot. And right now it's testing season, which means I actually have to go to in-person stuff all the time now. It's very annoying. But yeah, do all the things. What's the other thing? Oh, like the video. New game. We're going with Amateur Sleuth because, like I mentioned, sometimes a lot of time passes. And so that detailed task list is very helpful. I know Master Sleuth has a basic task list, but I don't know what it means by basic task list. And I really need something that's like, hey, don't forget you have to do these things because you haven't played in a week. So I really just kind of need that reminder. Okay, here we are. I know the last game, there was a video of Nancy answering the phone, someone talking about her mom. So let's see here. Cathedral Confidential from MI5. Okay. Nancy Drew, our agency has been monitoring your progress for some time now, and we are quite impressed with your accomplishments. I'll get to the point. Certain events have forced our organization to reopen a case that has gone unsolved for the last 8 years. Although impressive, your fieldwork experience is only part of the reason we're requesting your help. Simply put, Miss Drew, we're asking for your help not because of what you can do, but because of who you are. 8 years ago, Kate Drew died in a single automobile crash in the outskirts of Glasgow. The official version of your mother's death is, as you may have suspected, not her entire story. Her death was not an accident. We have strong evidence that Kate was killed by the very group she was investigating. We need your help. We've included a plane ticket and have a room ready for you at the Glaucus Lodge. You will be briefed upon arrival. There is no time to spare. The future of Glasgow may rest in your hands. Office of International Affairs, MI5. Wow.
Mom?
Oh no. Don't make me cry. I'm already about to cry. Oh no. Oh no. Is this where she goes downstairs and is like told? Oh no, that's her mom playing piano?
Drew residence, Kate speaking. You know this line isn't secure. Moira, stop. I'll call you.
The same voice actress for Nancy. Was that the last time we saw her? Whoa. That was cool.
Mom was in the picture. Okay. Now what?
Wyvernsgate Station. Oh, come on. What the?
Hey, my suitcase!
Somebody steal their suitcase.
I'm on it. That guy's a thief! I really thought I was going to get that guy. Sorry.
Thanks for trying.
I'm Alec.
Nancy. That's a nice offer, but why would you want to do that? Doesn't look like you work here.
I'm in the business of finding people who don't want to be found.
Well, I won't turn down help. So you're a private eye?
I'm more of a skip tracer. When someone goes off the grid, I get a call and track them down. They skip, I trace.
I had some very important things that belonged to my mom in that suitcase. I really need them back.
Go check into your hotel. I will find your suitcase.
Starting off strong. Fine. Oh, just made me do all the work, huh? Just walked in the door.
Nancy, glad you made it. I'm your cathedral contact, Ewan. There is a case file in your room. Read it, memorize it. That's your playbook. It'll keep you alive. I've got a bit of housekeeping to do. Get settled. I'll call you when I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, at some point we'll get a password for that so we can put stuff in there. Aha! Ooh! Coins. Miss Drew, I must welcome you to Scotland with very unfortunate news. You have been led here under false pretenses. You are not here as a guest of Cathedral. You are not asked here to investigate the death of your mother by MI5. You've been lied to. Kate Drew, your mother was a Cathedral operative. 8 years ago, a small cell associated with a terrorist organization known as Revenant attempted to attack Glasgow. Kate was instrumental in stopping the attack, now known as Colony Operation. We believe the organization your mother took offline has returned in full strength and is now planning to mount an attack once more. We believe you have been brought here by Revenant for reasons we do not yet fully understand. If this is overwhelming, do not worry. We will give you access to information as needed. We are in the process of briefing your contact on the situation. He will bring you in soon. Your first priority is to locate and make contact with a local reporter named Moira Chisholm. She was considered a person of interest in the first attempted attack on Scotland, but was never directly connected. She has since refused to cooperate with this organization. We will be keeping a close watch on you at all times, but this does not mean you will be protected. Please note this difference. Move forward cautiously and trust no one. Anyone who approaches you should be considered a suspect. Attached, you will find a basic brief to get you somewhat caught up on what you need to know. Brief. Cathedral. An organization dedicated to the safety of Glasgow and surrounding areas. The organization acts as an intelligence outpost and reports to MI5. It is equivalent to what would be a local branch of the FBI in the U.S. Colony Operation, the attempted non-lethal biological attack on Glasgow that was thwarted by Cathedral operatives 8 years ago. The party responsible for the attack was never confirmed, though it was believed Revenant was involved. Current intelligence points to signs that the operation may be restarting. Colony Formula. The colony attack required a very specific and difficult to produce biological element. It is believed but not verified that Kate Drew found a way to destroy all records of the formula and placed the individuals responsible for creating it into hiding. Revenant. Very little is known about this group. Revenant is believed to be behind a number of terrorist events around the globe over the course of the last few decades. Paradoxically, this same group has been linked to as many counter-terrorist activities during that same period. The aim of this organization is not yet known. Seriously? Plug in the thing. Okay, maybe not. Do we not need to? Why are we vibrating? Yeah. Useless things. That's why we're vibrating. Okay. So we found the case file.
Done.
Track down Moira Chisholm. Track down more information about Mom's past with Cathedral. Okay. Well, not much else to do here, so. Wah.
The American girl.
Do I know you?
You do now. I'm Bridget. I'll be outside. There's something very important I need to tell you.
Okay. Ooh, a coin. Oh, we can't go that way, so notice. Oh, that's it? Well, what's up with that then?
It might be good to read up on the attack.
Colonies in Colony Shadow. As July 14th nears, many pause to remember the attack that almost devastated Glasgow nearly a decade ago. The thwarted attack, nicknamed the Colony Operation by the intelligence community, was intended to destabilize the governmental power structure of the greater Glasgow region. The most unique feature of the attempted attack was the custom incubated virus, a formula built to sicken but not kill. The nation's leading epidemiologists have yet to isolate what has been referred to as the final formula. Years later, more questions remain than answers. Authorities continue to investigate leads, hoping one day to answer the most critical issues at stake. If a second attack is planned, when would it occur, and of course, why? Blast Corey, a potential nuisance. Memories of the Future That Almost Was. By Jenny Murphy, staff reporter. I was a block and a half away from my flat when the alarms rang out 8 years ago. It was the first time I'd heard the civil defense sirens ring in Glasgow. I remember looking at the crowd standing with me on the street. I remember the novelty, I have no idea what to do. A man standing next to me announced with what seemed to be appropriate amount of cheer, should I hide under something? The siren stopped and the PA cracked on. We ran to our houses, we taped our windows shut, we turned on our TVs to see a parade of reporters, military officials, doctors, terrorism experts. We saw them all share the same stunned blankness we felt at home. We have no idea what to do. Should I hide under something? Then we saw the test pattern take over the broadcast. The strange design we now know to be Revenant's logo. The demand to remain inside and await further instruction. That doesn't happen here. That's Glasgow. The reporters were back, blinking at us as we blinked at them. Should we hide under something? How many times is it going to repeat that? Following the day of the thwarted attack, the thought wrapped tightly around my cerebral cortex. Weird way of phrasing that. I took a day in. I filed my stories from home. We all did. Days went by. I sat hunched over my laptop and pored through every report I could find. I was lost in the details. The bombs, chemical propellant systems really pulled off line the last second. The test pattern so strong it overtook every crooked street. Huh.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
You want to make some money? Then make some cookies. The cookie order shows up down there. Make it exactly as shown if you want to get paid. The more cookies you make, the wealthier you get.
Okay.
Oops, forgot the top cookie.
Oh, so we start with this. And then
Don't forget the top cookie. Oh, okay, I get it. Dang it. You know what? I can handle not being good at this.
Okay, I'm confused. I'm gonna do this and this. And then, oh wait. Oh, I think I get it. This. Then that. Sprinkles. Sorry.
Got it.
Okay, no. Okay.
You had something important to tell me?
Just that I love Americans.
Oh my God.
Some people say you're ignorant, entitled slobs, but not me.
I don't know if
Some are.
that was important.
Of course it is. You've got the best cities, the best bands, Hollywood. Your star may be fading, but you're still the cool kids at the global lunch table. Teach me your ways.
This was
I'm
2013.
sorry, but
I have to remember
I'm
that.
sort of in the middle of something pretty important. I'm a little overbooked.
You say that now, but I can tell we're going to be friends.
Little-
Or enemies. Either way, get used to this space right here.
How could you tell I'm an American?
I've got a sixth sense about these things. I saw a guy on the train. I just walked up to him and said, "You're from Belgium, aren't you?" He wasn't, but he should have been. He just had that look. Can I follow you around for a whole lot?
You seem really nice,
The nicest. Ask me, Gran.
but I can't really have anyone following me. Please, don't take it personally.
No, I understand.
Do you work or go to school or what do you do?
You think I'm from Glasgow?
Is that okay?
No! It's glorious. I'm actually from Wetton. It's always been a dream of mine to live in the city. And I'm sort of checking it out to see if it's for me.
Okay.
How long are you going to be in Glasgow?
Not long. You?
I have no idea. Can you tell me a little bit about Scotland?
Just a bit then. Well, it's old, it's cold, and I like it all the same. I got a book about it. I could get it for you. It's only up in my room.
Sure. Oh, nothing in the trash can, apparently. Had we never loved sigh kindly? Had we never loved sigh blindly? Never met or never parted. Had we never been broken hearted? Robert Burns. Oh. I'm gonna botch so many pronunciations. That's it for here?
Still have to do. Did that.
Did I not explore the courtyard? I thought I had. What's these? Ooh.
Yum.
Was that like sardines? I regret touching that. Ugh.
Did that.
Talk to more information. Train station. Oh, souvenirs. Okay. Some of these will most likely come in handy. Why don't I have my mouse? Why are we glitching? Can we not?
It's not working right now.
It's the only one I care about. Alright, I just wanted to see if this would. It's near Dumbarton. Expect delays. No. Okay, fine. Oh, hey, it's that dude. Did you find my suitcase?
Why did you come alone? Don't you have family, friends? Surely you have a boyfriend.
I do.
Then why do you travel so lonely?
This isn't exactly a vacation. Have you heard of Revenant?
Like the fancy word for ghost, yeah?
Right.
No, it weren't a ghost. It was proper like he was kitted out in one of them tuxes and snacking on a canopy.
What?
Revenant is supposedly a terrorist group. You've never heard of them?
Nope, so hardly terrifying. They're more of an obscurist group.
Nothing. You've heard nothing about this group.
No.
I just read it in the
neither
paper.
Have you?
What? Okay.
Alright.
Why are you still hanging out here?
I'm a big fan of announcements. And I gotta love a shrill beep now and again. Wait for it. Ah?
Who doesn't?
I need to kick off at a second sometimes, and I get sick of rushing over. Then, it grew on me. I like watching travelers, trying to imagine the worlds they carry with them in their heads, and I got a thing for the crumpets here. I think I could have been a great professor of psychology, but I never could sit in a chair, now could I?
Okay.
I need you to find someone for me.
I am to please.
A reporter named Moira Chisholm. Word is no one knows how to find her. That seems right in your wheelhouse.
If I knew what the wheelhouse is, I'd agree.
I think it's in a boat.
Well, that seems useless.
Or it's a baseball thing?
Double useless. But yes, I'm on it.
Occupied. You're not responsible for lost or stolen items. I'm gonna open all of these just to see, you know, maybe people left stuff. Or not. Nope, nobody left anything. Darn. Oh. Okay. No, that's that's all we have here is looking at this. That I'm sure we'll need to do something with at some point. Okay.
Nancy, you have attracted our attention. Consider this your first test. You will find an envelope in locker 49. Take it to the Ten Raven pub in Giffnet.
I swear, if you crash on me...
If you do,
Okay.
you will be rewarded.
Did I use up all my coins opening those things? Oops.
Here's a hint.
What in the world? Why are we glitching? What the... Why?
Harrier checking in. Challenge code for agent CMYK0110. The colony operation has been terminated.
Wouldn't you like to know more?
Why?
Was that Mom?
Okay, I'm gonna save this real quick. Just in case. And then I'm gonna figure out why this is happening. Because it was fine right up until this phone call. I love how it suggests spy. I don't know what I want to call this save game. What do I want to call this save game? I don't know, I guess we'll just keep it a spy for now. I've really gotten far. And I need to figure out what's going on. So there's going to be a... I'm going to make a note of this first. Haha. There's going to be a cut here. And I'll have to edit it later. So I can figure out what is happening. I have no idea. Locker 49.
I need to find some money.
Yeah, can I get these buttons? Because I think I wasted like all of my coins on that and I didn't realize that's what I was doing. Hold up. Because I say I actually live like royalty in the heart of Glasgow. Best place to stay in Scotland, Brady Armstrong. Oh my god, and Maddie Jensen. Rooms, the service, the food. It's first class all the way. Scotland's, visit Scotland's wild side, Loch Lomond. Relax on the bonny shores or boat to the islands. Great Britain's largest inland lake. Explore adjoining Trossachs National Park. And then Loch Ness, home of the legendary monster Nessie. Visit the stunning Urquhart Castle. Urquhart? Trek through the surrounding highlands. I actually do want to visit Loch Ness. Loch Lomond would be cool too, but I really want to go to Loch Ness. Just because of all the stories. That would be fun. But it's on the list, but right, I think the next place we're going to visit is actually going to be Puerto Rico, because that's where my boyfriend's family's from. Spain is on the list. Italy is on the list. Those are kind of our top 3. And I'm hoping at some point to be able to go to Scotland. I want to go to a castle. I want to visit Loch Ness. Maybe pop down to England and go to the Globe. I'd love to go to the Globe Theatre for a performance. And there's not a whole lot in England proper that I want to visit. Really, just the Globe Theatre. I love a bunch of Shakespeare. I'm a big somewhere. You can't really see it because it's on the bottom shelf of this because it's really heavy. I've got like a leather bound copy of like all of Shakespeare's plays and poetry. But again, it's a big leather bound, so it's on the bottom shelf, so you can't see it. But I love Shakespeare, and hot take: Romeo and Juliet is his worst play. I hate Romeo and Juliet. Every time friends are like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in a Romeo and Juliet production," I'm like, "Cool, have fun." I'm not seeing it. I hate Romeo and Juliet. That is my least favorite. I think it's Shakespeare's worst play. Again, hot take there. I'm trying to remember the name of the one that I love, but my brain's not functioning well this morning. Because it's not one of the popular ones. But I know that David Tennant and Catherine Tate did a performance of it, and they killed. It was so funny. And I could tell you the whole story, but for some reason my brain's like, no, you're not going to remember the title. Even though it's my favorite Shakespeare. But it's basically it's basically that cliche story, which I don't know if at the time it was cliche, where like it's very obvious that these two people like each other, but they act like they hate each other, so their friends are gonna try and get them together in sneaky ways. It's so fun. I think it's one of his best. I think it's one of the most fun Shakespeare plays. But I can't remember the name of it to save my life. That's gonna bother me until I can look it up. But I know David Tennant, Catherine Tate did a performance of it. There was also around the same time a movie. It was made by Joss Whedon, who really needs to seek therapy. But I'm not gonna fault the movie because the actors are good, the movie's good. It's just that director really needs to get some therapy. Joss Whedon. But it had Nathan Fillion in it. As is it Dogberry? It might be Dogberry. Something like that. It's so much fun. Also had just a great cast of people in it. The one actor, he's in Marvel. He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Kind of the main agent, the one that Loki killed. If that's a spoiler for you, that's a problem. It's been over 10 years. Phil Coulson, the actor that plays Phil Coulson, he was in the movie. He played the dad. So much fun. And it's killing me that I can't remember the name of the play. But yeah, that's the one I want to see at the Globe. And then, I haven't even looked at this. Wyvern's Gate Station. Platforms for Lochmond, Bearsden, and Griffneck. Okay. Well, I have to go make cookies and get... Oh, hey, do you have a book?
You wanted. Here you go.
Scotland,
Thanks.
Traveler's Guide.
See you around.
See you later.
Let's look at this first real quick. Okay. Occupying the northern third of Great Britain, Scotland's wealth of history and scenery offers something for every traveler. Big scenery abounds from the beauty of the valleys in the south to the inspiring highlands of the north. History permeates the weather-worn castles and stunning architecture. Culinary masterpieces highlighting local flavors are served in restaurants across the nation, and everywhere you go, the welcoming and friendly locals will be there to help you on your way. Regions of Scotland. Edinburgh. Is it Edinburgh or Edinburgh? Edinburgh is a city. This got to be Edinburgh. The capital of Scotland. Oh no, it is a city. Well, now I'm going to second guess how I've said this my entire life. Is it Edinburgh or Edinburgh? Someone tell me in the comments. The capital of Scotland is the most popular city for tourists in the country. Be sure to visit the numerous museums and architectural treasures in Old Town and New Town, where stunning views from the castle and soaking up history at the National Museum of Scotland are not to be missed. I would love to. It also hosts numerous festivals throughout the year, including the world-famous International Film Festival, I want to go, the International Jazz and Blues Festival, I want to go, and the Military Tattoo, I haven't heard of that. Glasgow. Oh, the world-class art galleries, plentiful parks, and chic restaurants and clubs. Modern Glasgow offers more than its industrial image of old. The city's origins trace back to the 6th century, wow, and Saint Mungo, patron saint of the city, whose crypt rests in the lower church of the magnificent Glasgow Cathedral. I want to go. For art lovers, the Burrell Collection and the Cleven Grove Art Gallery and Museum have some of the finest collections in all of Great Britain. Glasgow boasts a teeming nightlife and some of the finest shopping in the nation. I've heard that Glasgow is a really good place for, like, pub crawls. Someone tell me in the comments, is that accurate? Because that's what I've heard. I'm not going to do that, because with my health issues, I'm going to die after this second pub. I'll just drink water. Join people on the walk. But is that true, though? Southern Scotland. Consisting of the Borders and Dumfries and Galloway, the rolling hills of the rural south may have more resident sheep than people. But a wealth of historical sites abound in the area. Visit the ruins of, Caerlaverock? Castle, the ancient abbeys of Dryburgh and Jedburgh, or the planted grounds of the Logan Botanic Garden. Scotland's literary figures are well represented in the region, with Sir Walter Scott's home at Abbotsford as the star attraction. Central Scotland. Located between Glasgow and Edinburgh, the Highlands, Central Scotland, is largely farmland and forest. The country's first national park, the Trossachs, joins the legendary Loch Lomond on the western edge. On the eastern shore of St. Andrews, why? It better be important. No. Oh, that's important. I gotta stop that. How do I always forget that this thing runs at this time? And I never prevent it from running. I just have to wait and pause it. Where was I? On the eastern shore is St. Andrews, the home of golf and site of the St. Andrews Links Golf Course. Scotland's history of inventors is represented at Falkirk, where visitors can see the Falkirk Wheel, the world's first rotating boat lift in action. Ooh, that would be cool. Isn't Scotland where golf was invented? The Highlands. Making up nearly half of the Scottish mainland, the rugged splendor of the Highlands provides some of the most breathtaking views in the country. Visit the Isle of Skye, to which Bonnie Prince Charlie fled after his defeat at Culloden, or take a picture of the famously photographed Eileen Donan Castle. No, don't answer the phone. The area is also rich in climate.
There will be no reward. Shame. Now you will never know.
There was a time limit? Well, oh well. The area is also rich in clan history and traditions, including the infamous betrayal at Glencoe between the MacDonalds and the Campbells. Orkney and Shetland Islands. Located off the northern end of the nation, the remote location of the Orkney and Shetland Islands make these isles a little visited destination. For tourists who do visit the area, they are treated to some of the best prehistoric monuments in Europe. Skara Brae, the stones of Stennis, and ancient burial tombs can be found on Orkney, while Shetland is home to the Jarlshof, prehistoric and Norse settlement. I want to go. The islands are also home to nature preserves, where millions of seabirds congregate for the breeding season each year. I don't want to go there. But I want to go to the Jarlshof prehistoric and Norse settlement. I'm going to make a list of places I want to visit in Scotland now. Timeline, August 1040, Macbeth murders Duncan to become king. September 1297, Edward defeated by William Wallace at the Battle of Stirling Bridge. March 1306, Robert the Bruce becomes King of Scotland. June 1314, Battle of Bannockburn for Scottish independence. April 1320, Declaration of Arbroath recognizes Scotland's independence from England. July 1567, Mary Queen of Scots forced to abdicate throne. I learned about that. May 1707, Acts of Union unites Scotland and England as Great Britain. Wow, before America was even the thought. March 1744, world's first golf club. The Honourable Company of Edinburgh Golfers is formed. So see, I thought so. Golf was created in Scotland. And then July 5th, 1745, Bonnie Prince Charlie returns to Scotland. Right. I need money. Now that I know what I'm doing. this, and this, and then we cut this out. And both blue and red sprinkles.
Not quite right.
What? That was totally correct. Orange. This. Blue. Cut out. Pink.
Done.
Yes, I need money. This is just this, this, and this.
Done.
Yes. Okay, that looks like orange down there. And blue sprinkles and this. And then we do this, this, this.
Bess would be so embarrassed by me right now.
What? Blue, this, yellow, bear, pink.
Bess would be so embarrassed by me right now.
If that's not accurate, then it's because I can't see. This, bear.
Got it.
Purple. Looks like that's it. Blue, bear, pink.
All right.
Make another orange, pink, cookie, bear.
All right.
We're gonna try and get over 50 coins, and then we'll be good. This blue, this, more orange, this.
Bess would be so embarrassed by me right now.
What do you mean? This blue, cookie, orange, heart, pink,
Got it.
heart. Okay, no.
Still have to do that.
I thought I did. It was 49, right? I'm gonna check 49 still. Darn.
I think I found your friend.
Great. Where?
Fair warning, she's a hitter. She hit me.
Did you provoke her?
Just a little. Why is she so important?
She wrote an article I thought was pretty interesting.
About hitting strangers, no doubt. She's out in Bearston. You can take the train out there.
I need to know, are you really who you say you are?
Why?
That means no.
It does. But I'm a friend, and I did save your life back there. Doesn't that buy me a bit of goodwill?
Agreeing to find my suitcase was nice. I'd hardly call that saving my life.
I was perfectly happy in my routine. Taking jobs, making money, crumpets. Everything that could be good was good. Then I met you. Went out of my way to keep you present tense, and yet the sass. You want to know about me? Tell me about you. Until you're ready to do that, leave me alone.
Okay.
I'm not leaving until you tell me what's going on.
Great. I enjoy your company.
Goodbye. It was Bearston, right?
Better buy a ticket first.
Oh. Touche. Oh, purchase train pass. Let's just do the big one. Because who knows how many times we're going to do this, and I've got enough. So apparently I don't have to worry about how... Oh, I don't have to worry about location. That's what I was thinking. My brain just stopped functioning.
I hit you once, I'll hit you again. Are you looking for a smack?
Moira, I really need to talk to you. It's important.
If you want to talk, come back with some food. Oh, that accent. Are you an American?
Yes.
You don't know anything about Scottish food. I'll give you simple names. Get me the oatmeal parfait, turnips and potatoes, haddock, and a bit of fudge if you would.
I don't need a hint, I need a list. Okay, cool, there's a list. Oh my god. by...
in Scotland?
How did you know?
Oh.
Never mind how I know. That's not the point. You're deflecting.
Guilty.
Hi, Dad.
You don't have my permission to be in Scotland. Come home right now.
Your permission? I think I'm a little too old for that.
What you're too old for is running headfirst into a dangerous situation and leaving the rest of us to clean up after you.
What is with you right now? Calm down.
Nancy, you don't get it. I'm not angry at you.
Could have fooled me.
I'm scared. Please, just come home.
Why are you being so difficult?
Nancy, if I help you, I'm pushing you right to whoever has lured you there.
I can handle myself.
Your mother said the same thing.
Oh.
Who is Moira Chisholm?
Stay away from her.
My source at Cathedral wants me to find her.
Cathedral? I don't know what to tell you then.
Can I have Mom's notes?
No.
It might be helpful.
I bet it would be extremely helpful, but no, you really can't. They're gone.
Gone? Where?
I shredded them.
What? You what?
Remember when you picked the lock on that filing cabinet?
Which one?
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. To my knowledge, it was just the one.
I mean, which one? The only one ever? That one?
I knew you were looking for her notes, so I shredded everything.
So, it's all lost?
It's all lost.
Oh, how could you do that?
I thought it might prevent you from doing what you're doing right now.
Figuring out who killed your wife, my
Talk to you
mother.
later.
That was funny. Alrighty.
Now to get everything Moira asked for.
She asked for oatmeal parfait, turnips, potatoes, haddock, and fudge. Turnips, potatoes, haddock, and fudge. This is what? Haggis is... Wait, was haggis potatoes? I was thinking sausage, but I might be thinking of a meal that has haggis in it. I need Google. Why do I need Google? Because I don't know any of these words. What is a stovey? Stovies. Scottish dish based on potatoes. Is it stovies that I need then? What is haggis? What is Scotch pie? Haggis. Savours of minced offal, oatmeal and spices traditionally boiled in a sheep's stomach. What? Neeps and tatties sounds like it would have potatoes. What is neeps and tatties? What? Yeah, just tell me what it is. What is that thing? I don't want to know how to cook it. I want to know what it is. Okay, so is it neeps and tatties that I need? Turnips and potatoes. Okay, it is. So neeps and
Great.
tatties.
That's one of the things on her list. Now to get the rest.
I need the oatmeal parfait. That better not be the haggis. What is coal cannon? Irish potato recipe. Lots of potatoes. What is Scotch pie? Traditional savory meat pie. Oatmeal parfait, haddock. What is a kipper? Kippers and smokies are both kinds of fish. right? So one of those has to be the haddock. This one says herring is typical for kippers. So then what is smoky? Is smokies... no, I don't want a restaurant in my town. Typical type of smoked sausage. Oh, that's just for Canada and the US. Or smoked fish in Scotland. What in the... And then there's West African ones, which is apparently made by blow-torching the fleece off the unskinned carcass of an old sheep or goat. I need the Scottish one, please. Usually haddock, okay. Where's the fudge? Where's the Chronicon? So that looks like a parfait. Is that an oatmeal parfait? Raspberries folded into cream flavored with honey, whiskey, and toasted oatmeal. I want that. That sounds amazing. Okay, so that's got to be the oatmeal parfait. We just need the fudge. The Dundee cake? Nope, that's a fruit cake. What's the tablet? Because in America, a tablet's either a piece of technology or medication. Milk and butter. So the tablet. That's the fudge.
That's everything. Now to Bear's Den to deliver this to Moira.
Never thought I'd be using Google to figure out food in a Nancy Drew game.
All right, I got what you wanted. Now please, I need to talk to you about my mother. Her name was Kate Drew.
Nancy, I had no idea. I would never have...
Please come in. What you doing here?
Just visiting.
Your mother would shrug a bit whenever she was lying. Now I see it's genetic.
You knew my mother? Kate Drew?
Quite well. We wrote for the same newspaper. I knew you too.
What?
There's a photo. Go on, take a look.
That's me?
Indeed it is. Believe it or not, I was once your favourite person in the world. And mainly because I snuck you sweets when Kate and Carson weren't looking.
I'm so sorry. I just don't remember.
I guess I didn't really expect you to. You were quite small the last time I saw you. See that tea set?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You'll notice the lack of teacups. That's because you broke every single cup.
Sorry I was an accidental terror.
Ha! Accidental. Please, get back here. Nothing accidental about it. You'd make eye contact, grin that vicious little grin you had, and smash! Then you'd laugh like it was the funniest thing in the whole world.
Oh, I must have been a nightmare.
Yeah, you were.
Sorry?
You have no idea how good it is to see you.
Who is that?
Was anyone following you?
Not that I know of.
Hide. Now.
What's going on?
Now!
Okay. Oh, we're gonna find a place to hide. Oh.
Stay put and don't make a sound.
Okay.
No matter what you hear.
What's...
Shh. There's a safe behind the breaker. Look under the teapot. Follow what you find to the safe house.
What?
Safe house? What's going on?
If it's starting again, no one can know you're here. Oh, gentlemen. You must be here to abduct me. Oh, come. Is that really nasty?
must be the number Moira referenced for the fuses.
185. No, stop. We're not gonna play more music.
I need to flip the fuses to equal the number from the teapot.
185, right? Oh. Just curious. See if any of these are like +5. Nope. So this is -30. 8, 5. Oh my god, that's minus a lot. 8, 5. Oh, dang it. That one's -10.
This must be for the safe house in Loch Lomond.
Thank you for the letters. I am fine now. To be honest, I let the letters build up. I won't smooth that over with excuses. I know that it's not your fault everything went south, but I don't think it's likely I'll be returning. I'm sorry that's where I've landed, but you know why. I'll still look for your letters in the mail, and you can look for mine in the post. If you leave the life, I've got a room for you here. I know you won't. I regret bringing you in more than anything. Carson's fine, still spits fire at the mention of your name, which I'm sure will make you smile a bit. Nancy's good like she always is. She's picked up my habit of asking strangers the exact questions she shouldn't. It makes Carson nuts, but it cracks me up. I do still have my notes. You'll find them at the safe house. You must know that curiosity is twisting my neurons into knots of pure agitation. That's fine. I'll let that happen. You're a monster. So, alright. I have to know a little. No names, right? Just tell me about the pattern. Was I right? Has it started up again? Okay. Why is that important? Alright. Let me know a little. Just a date. Don't send anything else. Hold up. I just feel like I need to take a photo of this. It's not the same date, but I know this handwriting. Is it R? I can't come back in. Okay. I'm not coming back in. Okay. Not a word to Carson or anyone in Cathedral, but look. Here's what's still weird for me. The pattern we spotted, why was it gone for so long? The night of the wave break. Did we really hit too close to home on that one? If so, that accounts for the long silence. I mean, it's been years since we've caught anything. So did we scare them into silence for a minute there? Or did we just lose the thread at that point? I'll help you for the time being, but you've got another analyst on board, okay? I've got enough of the notes in my head, but I need you to hit me with the specific dates and locations for all of the events. We subscribe to 3 papers. You can guess which ones. Drop everything into the want ads. I'm a sucker for the lonely heart ads. Give me a reason to read them. Okay. Cute ads. Sad though. I know you remember what we learned in school and then again in interrogation training, that every joke travels with a bit of truth in its pocket. Moira, you're clearly lonely. I realize I'm the last person on earth who should give relationship advice, as I'm the benefactor of an obscene amount of what my mother called love luck. Carson dropped into my life and that's that. I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop squarely on my nose. Look like this is unnerving. You know when I approached you with the job at the paper? I hope that doesn't cheapen our friendship in your eyes, but I made a project of you. You were so brutally competitive, and populate your own list of compliments. You know what I think of you. I set my mark on you, and you on me. We became close friends, graduated, parted ways. I kept reading your work. You were still so much better with words than I could hope to be. When your articles stopped appearing, I got very worried. I searched for your byline everywhere, found nothing. Then I found out why. My heart went out to you. Michael would be furious with you right now, you know. He loved you, and the last thing he'd ever want for you is to sit the rest of your life out. I helped you back on your feet because I couldn't think of a better person to do the same for me when my time fell flat on my face. When my time to fall flat on my face came around. By the way, you were hilariously suspicious at first. Can't say I blame you. Losing Michael was a kick to the gut, and anyone who looked you in the eye could see you were waiting for the next blow to land. You found your way back, got writing again, but that look you had then, you still have it today. If true love means never having to say you're sorry, then true friendship between reporters means never having to break out the grease pencil. Fine, here it is one last time. He's dead, you're not. Go to his grave tomorrow and say goodbye. He loved you, and if he had a voice to speak, it would beg you to stop torturing yourself. Back to the numbers. I'm selling a bunch of used garden equipment in the papers of record. Tell me if you think I got it right. Okay. M. I heard you loud and clear. Drive at your own chosen speed. But the numbers? How sure are you that I'm right? Okay. Alright, the situation's bad. Stand by. The next letter's going to come to you via courier. Tune into the declaration of Arbroath.
I wonder what I'll need to open up this box.
Letters. I'm going to the safe house right off the bat.
Well, I'm grounded. Coming, Nancy. Big sad news coming down the pike. Breaker,
Do
Smokey,
you even have any
Diner.
idea how selfish you're being right now?
Nancy, is everything okay?
Bess, something's going on. It's bad.
Sneak down and listen.
Okay.
No, you're not doing this.
Keep it down.
You made me a promise.
This is more important.
What do you want me to tell Nancy? Huh? That her mom doesn't care enough about her to stay? Just leave then. Run off to Scotland.
Oh, grow up, Carson.
I'm coming over.
Also, I think I got a text. Yeah, I should check that. I asked very nicely at the desk, and now I have your phone number. How great is that? Bridget, I don't trust you, Bridget. Is this the safe house?
It's locked.
Oh. Where's the photo that I took? Where's the photo? Okay. I gotta press the rock. They're not letting me press the rock. Nothing there. Okay. Over here. Oh, what did she say to turn into? Oh, brief history. Mary Queen of the what in the... Well, I guess I need another photo. Fireplace, plastic. I already got that. Or figured out that that's the things I got to collect. Okay. After being forced to abdicate her throne to her 1-year-old son James in 1567, Mary Queen of Scots fled to Scotland. She sought refuge in England, presuming that her cousin... Oh, fled Scotland. I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. She sought refuge in England, presuming that her cousin, Queen Elizabeth, would assist her in reclaiming her Scottish throne. She was mistaken. I was about to say that. The book said it for me. Elizabeth had no heir of her own, making her cousin Mary the next in line for the throne of England. Elizabeth's right to the crown was under question by certain Catholic factions who believed Protestant Elizabeth was an illegitimate child of Henry VIII, and therefore unfit to rule. Under their reasoning, this left Catholic Mary with the strongest claim to the English throne. When Mary arrived in England, Elizabeth had her cousin imprisoned. Mary spent the next 19 years under house arrest. She, believing she was meant to be the ruler of England, Mary eventually conspired against Elizabeth. The Babington Plot, as it became known, was planned through coded correspondence between Mary and Anthony Babington. The letters were intercepted by Elizabeth's spies and successfully decoded. The nomenclature cipher used by Mary and her conspirators. The proof was irrefutable, and Mary was convicted of treason and sentenced to death. It took multiple strokes to complete the job when Mary was beheaded on February 8th, 1587. Oh, I get to keep that. What's that? Is that just a thing on it? Okay.
Moira's notes mention something about tuning in. I should figure out what station she meant.
Oh, it was in here. Tune into the Declaration of Arbroath. No, this is absolutely nothing that mentions Declaration of Arbroath. And I doubt it's each individual letter, because I'm looking for numbers. Unless it's like 350. It is probably more numbers than that. I need 6 numbers. Declaration of Arbroath. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. That could be a 5. I know it's Declaration of Arbroath. That's all I know.
I need to figure out how to press these stones in the
That I
right
got.
order.
Where's D? I don't see a D, but I see an E. F, G, H, I, J, K, L, I don't even know if this is correct. U, R, S, T. I don't think there's a U, but there is a V. That's the last one. Probably not. Oh, coin. How do I do the Declaration of Arbroath? Oh, I got to keep this. Cool. I don't know. Declaration of Arbroath. Oh, wait. Where's that history book? Is that, oh, this isn't a history book. Oh, wait. Declaration of Arbroath? Arbroath. April 1390. April is this month. It's April right now. It's 4. So 041320. 0. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Okay. I didn't do it.
Nancy, come see me. I've put a card in your safe. Your password is your room number times the price of a serving of haggis at the deli outside the hotel.
Why?
Why not?
But I have something to look at. Nancy, I made it through all right, and back home the situation is worse than I feared. If you're staying, be careful and keep your head down. Okay.
The Jabberwocky. I knew that was important.
I remember what we used to say: if you ever need to run, beware the Jabberwock, my son. Thinking of that poem today in the colorful language. I'm stuck, and you're stuck listening to me think out loud. The name means something. Colony. Colony. I've looked at every colony I can think of. Maybe the name is the joke. Or maybe it's a reference to how colonists come in small numbers with superior technology and authority, and they take over. Or maybe it's bees. Maybe it's a way to kill the queen and keep the hive. Not the literal queen. If there are MI5 eyes on this, nobody panic. It's a metaphor. Or would be if it made more sense. What I keep coming back to are those events. I knew I was onto something when I started following the story of the Standard. I knew I was really onto something when Cathedral was as interested as I was, and that was years back. Why haven't I figured it out yet? I have a fever. I do some of my best and worst thinking with a fever. You know that this is either the former or the latter. No clue. Why did it stop so suddenly? That's what scares me. Pretend you're a bad guy for a second. You now have this ability to make groups of unrelated strangers react in a somewhat predictable fashion. You spend years perfecting it, and then once your proof of concept is completed, you're not going to just walk away from that. Now think about this, and think about Colony, the ultimate attempt at a bloodless coup. Remember when we sat in on the epidemiology report? It takes about 20% of the population to become infected at the same time to cripple a city. I need sleep. And thinking about the future uses of Colony, I need to. It's my job, but I hate it. It's too terrible. Give a man a hammer, he'll build a house, because he can. Give that same man a sledgehammer, he'll knock the walls out of that house, because he can't help himself. I knew this reminded me of something, the way Revenant acts, the way they play with people. Remember the article I wrote about Edward Bernays, the pioneer of public relations? I know you remember because you begged me to shut up about it, but I was stuck on it. Sigmund Freud's nephew takes everything he learns from his uncle and applies that understanding of human weakness in a very large-scale manner. Bernays knew what drives us, and he taught advertisers how to harness and redirect those drives to the highest bidder. You know that feeling when you need something at the store but can't figure out why? That's him. What if someone wanted to harness that same power but on a larger scale? What if someone wanted to redrop the map of the world without wars by just convincing us that we need to do it? Whatever it is we're told? I know I sound crazy. I used to think Revenant was crazy, but what if I'm right? What if they really are experimenting? A way to wage war without war would be noble, if it weren't so scary at the same time. Oh, yeah. I'm sitting here in 2025 and this is a terrifying concept. Don't let our politicians play this game. I'm running now. Put the scientists and family on a plane. Play the pipes. Read the letters as they appear from left to right. It's done. I stopped it. Until R pulls out of the city, I'm in huge danger. You are too. If they find me, you have to burn everything. Not even the agency can be trusted. Take it all offline. You'll be caught and they'll burn you, but you know you owe me this. If I'm not around to drive all the nails into Colony's coffin, you have to. At cafe you hate, leaving through the kitchen. Live or die, this is goodbye. Jeez. Active connection. That I don't know the password. I can't do either of these, okay. So I thought it was alphabetical order. It's not. Is it a word or phrase? Not alphabetical order. I'm just not sure. Okay, let me go to tasks. Track down a color copy of the Jabberwocky poem. Check out the cabin.
Check.
The computer.
That's done.
Yeah. Wait. Plastic. Oh, but I don't think there's an S on that. I don't know. What S is? Oh, there is an S. Plastic. S. N. Oh, that's a triangle though. Triangle. E. I guess. And then upside down V. What would the triangle be? Was there an E on that? I have it on my phone. Why don't I just keep it on my phone? Yeah, there's an E. Lowercase e, but E. Unless there's something down here that's like the word stick. I'm not sure what the triangle would be. So P L. That's not right. Oh wait. A. Actually, I might be right. There's probably no reason to write anything down. Just the word plastic. I don't know why I wrote anything down. I thought I had to like translate the word plastic to something else. What in the world is this?
I need to figure out the password.
You think? I have no idea for this one. I am not sure on that. Mastering the bow, a beginner's guide to a bow. Not bow, bow. Beginner's guide to archery. Bow types: longbow, recurve, compound. I'm not gonna read all of these. I know the difference. The Great Highland Bagpipe. Ooh. The iconic Great Highland Bagpipe, Scotland's national instrument, were once used to frighten enemies on the battlefield. I must know how this worked. Today, bagpipes are more often heard in military bands, at silets, at dances, and at Highland games, where pipers provide accompaniment for dancers and participate in the solo piping and pipe band competitions. The chanter, blowpipe, drone, and bag. Okay. Bagpipes are complex wind instruments that require multiple reeds to create their distinctive sound. The piper uses the blowpipe to inflate the bag with air, which in turn flows out to the drones. And the chanter is the piper compresses the bag. While the drones provide a continuous note or chord, it is the fingering of the chanter that provides the melody. There are 9 notes commonly played on the chanter, from low G to high A. Oh, this is just... yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Face. And every good boy does fine, right? Every good boy does... yeah, I'm pretty sure it's every good boy does fine. And then face is the, spaces. Chanter fingering chart. Oh. Black circles indicate covered holes, while white circles indicate open holes, so. B. Oh, very different than a flute. So glad we get to keep that. Cake. Cake amazing. Twist of cake. Not a bullseye.
There must be a way to get this open.
Oh, coin.
It looks like it's missing a part.
Yeah, it's missing the thing. Oh. Just leave it until we find a thing, okay. Oh, okay. So I could grab more. Anything over here? No. Okay.
Still have to do that.
No, we'll have to get in the thing.
Still have to do that.
Did I do anything? Oh, never mind. Wrong thing.
Check. Did that. Did that. That's done. That's done. Did that. Can't check that off yet. Did that.
Okay. What's up, dude?
Nothing until you tell me what's going on.
Don't trust you right now.
Goodbye.
Keep looking for my bag, too. I'm gonna real quick make a cookie, and then I'm gonna talk to her, and then I'm gonna go upstairs. So, yellow, pink, this, purple, drizzle, looks like a bear, blue.
Done.
Nope, just making one. And
Where
talk to you.
were you? I wasn't sure if you had a party or if you got murdered. Either way, it would have been nice to be invited.
I went to spend a little time at a cabin.
Who just goes to a cabin by themselves?
I would.
Shut up! Did you bring Alec?
You know Alec?
I know he's not into me, but now I see why.
Alec did not come with me, and how do you know about him anyway?
I'm not here to judge.
There's nothing to judge.
Let me check the docket. May I refer you to the case of Trey versus Nancy and Alec? tree alleges. K-I-S-S.
Ugh, enough!
Oh, fine, I believe you. I'm just jealous. ING.
See you around.
Bye.
Oh, it's multiplied by the cost of haggis, right? It's the price of a serving of haggis. So 5. We're 7 something, right? 727 times 5. Where was that thing? Oh, it was in the closet, right?
My luggage. Alec must have had it delivered.
Yay!
Wait a second. Mom's stuff is missing. Did Alec take it?
Of course it is. Calculator, 727 times 5. 3635. Coin!
What did Ewan say was the code to get in here again?
Put that over here. I was not going to do math today. I used a calculator. Okay.
Haven't done that.
Oh, I have to check in with Ewan. Where am I supposed to go for that? I got distracted with other stuff. I think I'm checking with him. Okay, yep, did that. Where am I supposed to go with this, though?
I need to use the keycard Ewan gave me to activate this panel. That's new. It must be part of Cathedral security.
Whoa! Hello.
Ah, Nancy, what's up? Pretty impressive, huh?
Are you my Cathedral contact?
My code name is Ewan. And before you ask, no, I did not choose it. Would have chosen something better. Shadow, Blizzard, or some better word that doesn't also sound like a name you'd give a horse.
Can you look into Alex Fell for me?
Aye.
Is Cathedral a part of MI5?
It is, and yet it is not.
I understand.
And yet you don't. I love duplicity. And yet...
You hate it.
There's my girl. I like your style.
But...
No, I genuinely do.
What exactly do you do here?
In the intelligence game, the dumb ones get manipulated, and the clever ones get buried.
And the particularly clever ones?
Well, they win, of course. But that's most likely not you. No offense, it's not me either.
The creepy messages I'm getting on my phone. Who do you think is sending them?
I've been trying to track the source of the message. Grats await the mysterious stranger who coded that monstrosity.
I really want to know what that is on the screen.
Do you know who Kate Drew was?
Aye, we all do. I know she's your mom. You can call her that.
So she really wasn't a reporter?
She was, and was quite good. But she was also one of ours.
A spy?
Aye.
What or who was she spying on?
Figured you'd want to know. I gave you basic clearance on the archives. There is a station set up for you along the wall.
Cool.
How did my mom stop the attack?
Your mother isolated the man who was orchestrating the attack. And of course he knew nothing, had nothing that could lead back to Revenant.
Of course.
All he could say was whatever he needed had a way of appearing. And the same person never visited him twice. No one knew what they were bringing him, or why. It was perfectly and alarmingly decentralized.
I'm trying to warm up my fingers because my hands are cold and I keep fogging up my glasses.
So what exactly does Revenant want?
Back in the days of mud huts and the like, some years the harvests would be light. Sometimes, when that happened, two kings would meet and plan a war to thin their flocks. Then, no one would ever know of their failures. That is what Revenant wants. They don't want to take over the world. They want to keep it.
Why are you my contact?
In order to do my job, I have to have top information clearance. But I'm not an agent per se. Civilian liaison work often falls to me. If you're asking what that means, you may not like the answer.
May not?
Absolutely won't. You're not considered a player. You're considered an asset. You're more or less on your own. You get to chat with me, and that's it.
Are you the one who sent me the message to come to Scotland?
No.
Do you know who did?
Nope.
Do you know why?
Yes, in fact I do. Someone thinks you have special insight into the secrets that were lost with Kate Drew.
I don't.
Well, perhaps you do. How about you get caught up on the basics first before making up your mind?
Who is Revenant?
We do not know exactly. That's just what we're calling him.
I'm seeing a pattern.
That pattern is called chaos. Simply put, they're the bad guys.
Less simply put?
In this game of cat and mouse, we thought we were the cat.
But you're the mouse.
We're the mouse. They're the trap.
What is your role with Cathedral?
I'm the watcher in the wires. I protect the status quo, and, for the time being, you.
What do you mean by protect the status quo?
Society rides on a rail, like a trolley. The rails are solid and modest and predictable. Those are your desk types. They get married, they have some kids, buy a house they can't afford, and never again are they unpredictable, or interesting, or alive even. But the catenary line, the third rail, that's what drives the world forward. People that have a charge running through them, they move the world forward. Or they try to destroy it. I make sure that won't happen.
Goodbye.
See you around.
I can't do that right now.
Darn. This is ooh.
Cool. Spy gear.
Can I have some?
It's locked. It's locked.
Touch to start. I didn't read that, but I have my name on it. Okay, Drew Catherine Austin, deceased, Project Colony, internal name Harrier, challenge code CMYK 0110. I feel like that's important. Known associates, Lark, Moira Chisholm, CD Cathedral, Condor, Carson Jew, civilian spouse, Kestrel, Nancy Jew, civilian daughter. I am Kestrel. Okay. Special considerations, Lark is certified and requires no looking after. Harrier requested Condor be allowed restricted clearance but briefed only as necessary, and that Kestrel was granted no clearance and was not to be briefed. Well, how's a child? Gosh, there's so many things. Jeez. Okay. Joe Hardy. Can't see anything. Notes. Operative Blank is known to this and other intelligence agencies. Trusted but not briefed. Extremely proficient tactician. What is this? Why does this seem important? Does this have something to do with the book? Hold on. What's the book? Is it this? Is it this? I got an arrow facing right. Arrow facing right. I don't see anything that's an arrow facing. How about pound? I don't see a pound symbol either. Darn it. I thought it would be this. Remember? That'd be a C right there with a percent symbol. No. Cool. useless. What's this? Kate's last days. Nothing is known about Kate's last days before the car crash. Following her return trip to Scotland, she quickly went off-grid to pursue a set of leads that remain undefined. It is believed that she was instrumental in running the colony operation offline. R.E. non-standard hire practice, Kate Drew. Kate Drew first appeared on the Cathedral Raider following a series of articles she wrote for the Glasgow Standard. Her ability to cut through high volumes of information quickly became apparent as her career progressed. At this point, she was contacted by our agents. Kate was brought on board after only one step into what is generally a multi-step process, when she was given a test subject specifically trained by Cathedral to interview. As far as the applicant is concerned, this interview is meant to test their ability to differentiate between stated fact, stated assumption, and stated disinformation. Before the interview progressed beyond the control portion, Kate had discovered the hidden cameras and microphone and the true purpose of the interview. She was hired on the spot. It is recommended that Kate eventually move into field work, though her primary position with Cathedral will be as an analyst. Kate's ability to see the patterns in large data sets, paired with her intuition, make her an ideal asset. Her unique interaction style may make her a wild card in the field, but more often than not, her blunt approach will give her direct access to difficult subjects. What's this? Colony formula. The formula has been lost following the chaos of the colony event. Harrier was instructed to intercept the final formula if possible. It is not known if the formula was in fact preserved. A number of the scientists were conscripted by Revenant. Only 2 have not been properly debriefed following the event. One has since been found dead of seemingly natural causes. The other vanished without a trace shortly before Harrier's death. All involved scientists were eligible for placement in secure location. The remaining biologist involved in the creation of the formula was placed in relocation. He may be currently a target. Frank Hardy. Strong connection to Kestrel. Oh, we read that. Hannah. Stop and brief considered non-active. Non-associated contract Kestrel. Robin. Osprey. Who's Robin? Wait. This is Ned. Internal name Robin. Known aliases Nedgard, Nedwin, Ned Stiffer, Nedley, Nedward, Neddard, him. Kestrel Swiftmack by Contour. Kestrel's boyfriend for many years. Robin's loyalty and honesty make him an unlikely target for any individuals attempting to influence Kestrel. That was Joe. This is the photo. Colony operation. The colony operation remains one of the more baffling foiled terrorist attacks in recent times. The details of the attack are so bizarre that many believe Cathedral is sitting on a large cache of information about the failed attack. To our dismay, this is not the case. All colony details have been released to the public and are as follows. High level, a biological attack intended to weaken a city, allowing an outside force to realign the governing power structure without use of the military. The attack was biological in nature and was intended to be non-lethal. The aim of the attack appears to be political in nature, although little is known beyond this point. The social control interpretation of the attack remains a favorite theory of most analysts. It's believed that the colony operation was a dry run for a larger program Revenant is rumored to be developing. Popular theory asserts Revenant is attempting to perfect a non-military method of regime change. Mechanism. A specially developed viral element will be released into a dense urban population, resulting in an acute destabilization of the government and authoritative bodies. The attack relies upon a particularly precise formula in order to be effective. The virus must affect at least 40% of the population for a period of not less than 2 weeks. The onset must be immediate, the symptoms severe, and the casualty count must remain low enough to avoid a backlash within the population. The viral agent must also include an off switch to avoid any further unexpected complications and to assure herd immunity will not develop, rendering the formula useless in other circumstances. George. Swift. Magpie's cousin, trusted confidant, shows strong mechanical engineering abilities and is watch listed by a number of civilian organizations, following her innovative work at the Jovic Center for Advanced Mechanical Study. Well, that's really cool. Carson Drew, legal expert formerly involved in the investigation of blank and to blank, no longer working in activist cases, maintains a domestic private practice. Which of these are interpassword? Oh, there's Bess. So its cousin, trusted confidant, lacks judgment, but displays an above average intuition. Oh my gosh. Easily manipulated. calculated, but her candid nature makes her an unlikely target for any individuals attempting to influence Kestrel. It's true, she'll talk about everything. Michael Chisholm, deceased, term name Sparrow. Killed in field operations spearheaded by Lark. Investigations into the failure of Wavebreak have been sealed. It is the opinion of the office that Sparrow's death was unavoidable and is not the result of any improper action on the part of Lark. While the case is to remain sealed, it is important to note that Sparrow's mission was well executed and vital to a number of ongoing Cathedral missions. Lark acted with bravery and skill, and her involvement in a casualty mission is not to reflect poorly upon her career in any way. Good. Huh. Did I look at everything? Oh, Moira. Project with Big Colony. Status DD. Non-associates. Carson Drew. Nancy Drew. Does only be discharged. Details of discharge remain sealed. Records pertaining to her whereabouts are not to be requested or distributed. Bunch of enter password things, and I think I've looked at everything that doesn't require a password. I need to figure out this. Yeah, passwords. Training building.
Can't check that off yet.
Huh. So that's where this is gonna come in handy. That's Baird. There's Cameron. I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't actually want these. Thank you. Unless he somehow help with the passwords. Which they might. Oh, that's temperature. I'm not gonna touch that. No, it's just red or blue. Huh.
Hello again.
What exactly was the colony operation?
The idea was simple. Manufacture a disaster. In this case, it was the release of a virus designed not to kill, but to incapacitate, pushing the city into a state of disaster. That's stage 1.
What's stage 2?
As far as we understood, if the Glasgow cell carried out the first stage, Revenant would take over.
Okay, what would they do next?
They'd send in support, put the city back on its feet, and in the days that follow, seize all positions of authority under the guise of emergency action. Drive the stake in the ground, so to speak, and never give back what was taken. Colony was a bit tongue-in-cheek, operations name-wise. It wasn't about shifting a population, it was about shifting power. It was about obedience.
So why is the colony operation starting again?
Still not sure. Here's the theory. Just like the good guys figured out Revenant existed, so did some bad guys. And maybe they thought, what if we follow the old script? Will they show up and play their part? Which is pretty cute if you think about it. Almost like a seance to conjure a ghost.
I still don't understand why Revenant would want to carry out an attack like this.
They do not care.
That does not make sense.
They don't. They are playing the long game.
What long game?
I would kill to find out.
It seems like Revenant was obsessed with getting the formula correct. Why?
The formula is important. Too deadly. Obviously a problem. Revenant will not show up unless you hit the sweet spot. They're interested in using this as a test run, not in racking up civilian casualties. Too easy to fight off, then it's just a cold. You need to knock 3/4 of the city under a pile of blankets. Then you're home free.
What about children, the elderly, people who are already sick?
You know, I don't want to think about that. Back to the formula. If the operation is running again, there is most likely a lab working on an approximation of the virus. Getting everything in place for when the proper formula is available.
Once it is, how long would it take to be unleashed?
Depends on a lot of factors. Quicker than anyone would like. If anyone can find the original scientists, or the original formula, it's a matter of time.
If they find both?
They'll have it ready almost instantaneously.
How do I get into the glass storage case?
The storage locking mechanism is half broken, and I can't get it to open unless it's all the way fixed.
If you get it back online, can I give it a try?
Knock yourself out.
Is it true that Revenant only allows others to act for them?
Let's hope so. If not, then we're terrible at our jobs. The truth is, we think they're us. Imagine what you could do with these resources if your aim went askew.
What does Revenant want?
The crazy thing is, what they want makes sense. Do not tell anyone I said that.
Not a popular opinion, I'm guessing.
That one rarely gets asked to the dance. What they want is to rewrite the rules of the world.
What do you mean?
Imagine if you got to rewrite the rules of society. Who gets what, who leads, who follows. I bet you'd make a lot of changes.
Right.
But as the lesson of every sci-fi movie where robots become self-aware states, in our flaws lie our perfections.
See you around.
Goodbye.
It's locked.
Am I correct in thinking that those things are related to the password? Black box individually. Just keep an eye out for food while you investigate. Okay, it might be in that drawer as well.
Still have to do that.
Find out the heat. The training building discovered was hidden in the vaults. Gotta find a copy of the poem. Oh.
Check. Can't check that off yet.
Wrong one.
Check.
Okay.
It's time for a new test. Put the lines on the trash compactor at the station, and you will be rewarded.
I don't know how I feel about that one. I was gonna do the other one, I just didn't have money. Should I?
What do you do?
Huh.
Huh, what?
I don't really know. I guess I'm something of a detective. Freelance.
That's the coolest! Do you have a gun?
No, I don't.
A badge?
Nope.
A trilby?
Sorry.
You should at least have a proper trench and trilby
That's
if you're
a
going to
hat.
be in a detective game. How did you end up becoming a detective?
I guess I just have trouble leaving questions unanswered.
Unless you're talking to me.
Touché.
Thank you very much.
Talk to you later.
Goodbye.
I was hoping she'd. I could ask her for the book.
Nothing until you tell me what's going on.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Oh, I don't have a way to cut it. Oh well. Oh, there might be something in souvenirs. Oh, I need that. Nope, nothing in souvenirs. Do I want to tell him so I can get more info. Barriston? No, that's where she lives. Well, still stop by. Hey.
Hello.
What's the story with the cabin you sent me to?
The cabin is one of many. Cathedral had it fitted with tech for Kate and me once Colony started to heat up. No one but Kate and I knew of the location. Do not give that information out to anyone.
Okay. I won't.
How was my mom involved with the colony operation?
Your mum stopped it.
How?
Not much is known, really. The operation needed 3 things. Someone to develop the biological agent, someone to make it in quantity, and someone to distribute it in a way that would affect the entire city. Your mum broke that chain. I don't know how.
What happened when you were gone?
I don't want to talk about it.
Why not?
Maybe it's personal. Did you ever stop to think about that?
Do you have anything that will help me understand what my mom was doing here and why she was involved in tracking such a dangerous group?
At first it was a police matter, but your mother was studying them for Cathedral. She had a crazy theory.
Which was...
Here.
I don't really understand what this all means.
Someone was using Glasgow as their laboratory. Each experiment was getting bigger, scarier. When we were done with our research, we were staring Revenant dead in the eye. We didn't know it until we were dragged into the central office for an emergency briefing, of course. That was fun. But we did know we were looking at something terrifying.
My mom had a song she always played. Do you know anything about it?
She loved that song. It may just be sentimental, but I don't know. Doubt it.
What's the story with your record player?
Go on, take a look. I'm a novice turntablist.
You, DJ?
Once in a while. Mainly just party nights at the pub down the way. But I've been branching out into deep house lately.
Really? Oh, that's surprising.
I know you think you're going to stay the same age forever, but you won't. There, is this better? Oh, that belongs to the sweet young man who brings my meals. He's such a dear, even helping me dig my own grave in the back garden.
All right, I get it.
Have a seat, dearie. I'll tell you about how things used to cost less. And then I'll say something racist, and you won't even know what to do about it because I'm old, and it just seems like a lost cause at this point.
Enough. I'm sorry. It's a completely expected hobby. Why are people after you right now?
The colony operation is restarted, and they're looking to pick up where they left off. Nancy, your mother's death wasn't an accident.
I know. That's what the message that led me here said.
I know it wasn't an accident. Your father knows it wasn't an accident. The only other people who know are the people who killed her. That's who sent to you the message.
Why was I brought to Glasgow?
They think you might be the key to the secrets Kate left behind.
I'm not.
You could be. Kate would never give you information that would put you in danger, but the more you love someone, the more you show your secrets. Whether you mean to or not, that's why the family of a spy is never safe, as your father was fond of pointing out.
Who is the silent spy?
What?
The message I got mentioned a silent spy.
Ah, it's gallows humor. It's a take on an old book.
Meaning?
The only silent spy is a dead spy.
How did you and my mom know each other?
We were both in the same J-School program. She was a better journalist than I was, and I hated her for it. A fact I made plainly clear. After graduation, I was happy I'd never have to see that smug face of hers ever again. Until, of course, in true Kate style, she called out of the blue to say she'd set me up with a job at the paper she'd been working at. I don't know if she mistook my hatred for healthy competition, or what it was all about. Your mother had this infuriating habit of expecting the best out of people. She confused me into being nice to her. I dare say I miss her almost as much as you must.
My father told me not to trust you. Something's not adding up here.
I'm not sorry that I lied. I'm sorry that I have to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I can see that.
Your mother came back to Scotland because I begged her to. She told me for months that Cathedral was like her family, but you and Carson were her family. She had a responsibility to you. She had made a promise to your father, and she meant it. But I begged. I told her I believed she was the only one who could help me stop the attack. That wasn't the lie.
What was?
I promised her she'd have round-the-clock MI5 protection from Wheels down to meeting you at baggage claim back home. She trusted me.
There was no one watching her, was there?
No. As surely as she saved untold lives, I took hers with that lie. I took her from you with that lie. Please forgive me. Better yet, don't forgive me. Get angry and leave and go home.
This isn't much, but it's what I have. Kate was working on these patterns when she was at Cathedral. This is what led us to find Revenant, and eventually led her to find the colony operation. Kate did her best to work at the cabin, consider it a safe place. It's where we would monitor our leads from whenever we planted bugs or ran surveillance. I imagine you'll still find some useful tools there. It's that thing. Okay, we see D, E, F, G, H, J, I. Oh no, J. H, J. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No letter or number appears more than once. The vowels are in the middle column at the top 2 rows. In the same column, J is above D, which is directly above 3. Yeah. The 5th row contains 1, 2, and 9 in some order. The 4th row contains only odd numbers. The top row contains B, E, and F in that order. In the same column, E is above H, which is 7 is before 5 in one row. With one column, G is directly below C and above 2. 8 is before 6 in one row, and 2 is after 9 in another. Times 8, times 3, times 6. I'm stuck. The name means something. Colony. Why haven't I figured it out yet? What I keep coming back to are those events. Okay, recap. Read this again and come up with something brilliant. Football season was over, but busloads of hooligans would still assemble, as if they just poured out of the most infuriating match the world had seen. This happened again and again over the course of a few weeks, all over the country. Then nothing. I know it's crazy, but it was like they were taking orders from a highly skilled outside group, from Revenant. But why? What's to gain is this practice? 1 year later, the standing crowds. Noon on a Tuesday in dozens of cities across the country, standing large groups in the city centers. An hour later, they leave. Not one person involved agrees to be interviewed. At least, at first. I tracked down one man. I agreed to speak, but seemed so scared. He didn't know why. Didn't know why he was afraid, but really didn't know why he was there that day. As he recalled, he just went. I read about psych cases like this before. It was like someone had found a way to drop a series of breadcrumbs that he'd follow. Someone found a way to make him do what they wanted and feel like it was his own idea. I think those things we spotted, those were the experimental trials, and now they've left the lab. So are they putting this into practice and we're missing it, or is this a tool that someone is waiting to use? And special note, this isn't mind control. There's no magic beam, it's priming. Giving people the information and stimulus it takes to reach a predictable, consistent outcome. If this sounds far-fetched, think advertising. Think of the items in your house right now that you absolutely had to have at the time and now couldn't care less about. That's priming in a nutshell. You're presented with an expectation and you fulfill that expectation often without knowing why. What we're looking at here is the evil twin of public relations. When danger appears, the human inclination to seek out authority, that is what will be primed more or less with Colony. The formula, which will be sent some variant of the diseases I've sent in the encrypted file for obvious reasons, will sicken enough of the population to cause a societal collapse. If they are working the way I think, their actions in the days after the attack will be the red flag to watch for. Revenant has discovered how to take advantage of expected behavior and twist it into a mold of their making. What follows will amount in a coup d'etat. Picture this perfect storm scenario. The attack hits, the city is sickened, emergency crews come in. They ride in like saviors to put us back on our feet. We're grateful. We don't even notice that during that period of chaos, all positions of authority in the city have been filled by the emergency authorities. The structure of the city now belongs to Revenant. Suddenly, we're those people standing in the city center, knowing that the ground has shifted below our feet but not knowing why. I think Colony is about theater, and it's about putting an ace in the hole. Let's say the plan works, stage 1 at least. City gets sick, city gets better, Revenant now leads the police, civil infrastructure, and has footholds in all levels of government and intelligence. That's why they're so fussy about the formula. This isn't just an attack, it's psychological warfare. I spoke to Dr. Wells at Cathedral about the formula. She told me that even the tamest virus still poses a major threat to the sick, the young, and the old. Don't forget that when we hear phrases like non-lethal, it's a statistical expression. Moira, I don't know if I'm right or wrong here. I need your help. Whoever's behind the attack is only after keeping the productive members of City alive. Tell me that doesn't give you chills. But why Glasgow? I've got work at the cabin. Find me if you need me. That is a scary concept. Okay. I took a photo of this. Let's see here. I want to try and solve this and then call it because I'm at the 2-hour mark and I'm hungry. Okay. No letter number appears more than once. Which is interesting because there's 2 percentage symbols. The vowels are in the middle column in the top 2 rows. Column in the top 2 rows, but there's only 2 rows. In the same column, J is above D, which is directly above 3, which is above 1. This shows it as like 4 columns. Unless it's supposed to be sideways. Doesn't make sense because there's still not a middle column. Jeez, I'm confused. Maybe I won't solve that.
to go?
Have a seat.
No, Dad told me you're leaving. Why?
Nancy, it's not like that.
Are you coming back?
I know, you heard some stuff between me and your dad, but you've got the wrong idea, kiddo.
Then what's the right idea?
You'll understand when you're older.
Why is that always all you say?
Trust me, if I could tell you everything, I would. But for now, I just can't. Now, come and sit. Let's practice.
I'm sorry. I just can't.
That's not what I wanted. Unlock Lamond. Oh wait, is that for this? Oh, the volume. Okay, this is for the thing I'm looking at here, not for whatever the symbols are down here, which is frustrating. Okay. The letter number. The vowels are in the middle column in the top 2 rows. There's 3 vowels. No, there's only 2 vowels. There's no I. It's a 1. So A and E are here and here. They might not be accurate, but okay, I think I need to take a photo of this. That way I can actually Okay, so in the same column, J is above D, which is directly above 3, which is above 1. 3, 4, so it could be any of them. The 5th row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, contains 1, 2, and 9 in some order. 1 would have to be either on the outside or the inside, or on the left or on the right. So JD 3 and 1 are not in the center. Cool. The 4th row contains only odd numbers. 4, 3, 5, 7 might not be in the right order, but it's only those. The top row contains B, E, and F in that order. So this is E, which means this is A, and F in that order. Okay. In the same column, E is above H. Which is above 6. So this is going to be H. And this would have to be 6. And this is either 2 or 1. No, 2 or 9. Sorry. 7 is before 5 in one row. Okay. Within one column, G is directly below C and above 2. So this is probably 1. Because 9 has to be on the outside somewhere. The question is this 2 or is this 9? Because G is directly below C. We don't know where C is yet, and above 2. 8 is before 6 in one row. Eight is before 6. Because 6 goes there, right? Yes. Yeah, I think the middle is done. 6 and 2 is after 9 in another. Okay. So yeah, so it has to be this. Okay. No, I think 1 has to be on the outside. So this would be 2. This would be 1. No, 2 is not there. Or is that 9? Because 1 has to be on the outside. I think that's 9, that's 2, and this is 1. 1, 2, 3, this would be 4. Two is after 9. Okay. Yes. 1, 7, 5, 3 are together. Because it's odds. So that bottom one has to be 8, 6, 4. Okay, so then in the same row, J is above D, which is directly above 3, which is above 1. 1 and 3 have to be on the same row, though. 7 has to be before 5. 9 is before 2. Maybe this is 9? 9 2. No, because 2. Then one column, G is directly below C above 2. And above. So 1 and 2 has to be like that, because the 1 and the 2 have to have things that are not in the middle row. And we know that E is in the middle, so H and 6 have to be in the middle. But we need to have J and D and 3 in the same as row 1. 7 has to be before 5. Maybe it's 3, 7, 5. Maybe it's 3, 7, 5. So then we'd have 3 and 1 in the same row. This would be D. And then one of these is J. But I think that has to be B. So yeah, so this is J. That has to be it. So over here, G is directly below C and above 2.
Ha! You were a worthy opponent, but I beat you.
Get it.
A bug. Can't pass this up.
Definitely not.
This battery is sincerely dead. I need to find a chord to play this.
Drew. Dear Fake Diary, perhaps I'd be well served by a muffin and a coffee. Tea. Tea is a fool's game. Hey, Moira, stop reading my fake diary. You should feel fake shame. Next time you're up here, though, you mind stocking up on snacks? I just spent the last day subsisting on bits of those sad cookies they give you on the plane. It made me a sad researcher, sad and hungry. I am bored. No one is doing anything. Solo bagpipe jam. You missed it. A guy on the radio just said earworm. Earworm is a terrible expression. Makes me shudder. There needs to be a new term for a song that gets stuck in your head. I agree. Nope, can't think of one. Bagpipes? This is the longest wiretap I've ever wiretapped. Maybe I'll learn a new skill. Question, are there cameras here? Because I have busted some moves. Moves have been busted in a really fundamental way for the last hour, and I just realized that we tape everything. Oh well, if it gets out, maybe I'll be famous for inventing the pop and chomp. It's a new style of eating/dancing I've been perfecting. It's not as good as the waffle shuffle, but it's close. Man, a washed sleeper cell never boils. I wrote a poem for you. It's freeform. Peep this, fool. Moira, you are dumb, and I hate you. And though the days my thoughts linger on, how much you smell. Just kidding. You're great and brilliant. I can barely see the stink lines when you walk in the door. Nice, Kate. You're a poet. I was inspired to compose my own opus for you. P.S. Arty, spacing and free verse means you're a hack. Here is but spring. The angles of frost retreat from windows, long stretched and suspended. Kate is big fat idiot. Hey, who are you on the phone with? I'm writing this slowly, so you think I'm telling you who I am talking to. But really, I'm just enjoying making you wait. I am not going to tell you, because it's none of your business. Hey, dear Moira, I bet you're wondering why that window was broken. In fact, I was. I repaired it, by the way. So what happened? I broke it with a telescope. Cloud moved and I got excited. Saw Jupiter. Have you seen Jupiter? Didn't think so. Kate, settle in. Your security detail is keyed in. Your data is ready. We need you to go over every irregularity you can find in the Royal Institute of Health Staffing. We're working on comparing the heat maps of the last few days. If the agent is truly in production, you'll see it. What the? Nancy, I know you're upset with me for leaving, and you should be. I shouldn't have come here. I see that now. Hey, Kate, I know you're gone. I wish you could see the water here. It's summer. The sun is slanty. There's wind. I was kicked out, by the way. I don't know if I should run. Should I run? Or would you prefer I just wait? I'd do what you'd want if you only said what it was. It's fall again. I'm not dead. I guess they knew the weight of my own thoughts. It's winter. It doesn't matter that it's winter, does it? My God.
A disc is missing. I'll need to find it first.
This will help me solve the thing. Okay. Wow. I know how to listen to the MP3, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, I think. Unless it's over here. I don't think so. I think it's the cord back at our room. So I'm going to go back to Nancy's room, and then I'm going to save and call it there. Why? Because I'm past the 2-hour mark, and I'm hungry. And I also still need to do some editing.
It's not working. I think there's something wrong with the outlet. Was that a bug? Who is listening to me? Also, note to self, do less thinking aloud.
Yes. Well.
Whoa. Well, there goes my evidence.
Yep.
Why is a raven like a writing desk? Ask the raven. Follow the raven to the archives. If a scientist is ever in danger, someone must tell him to run. The vaccinated will arrive while the rest of us are asleep. Hi, Mom. Wish I knew what you were talking about.
That's done. Still have to do that. Check.
Yay. Okay, we got plenty to do next time. Still gotta find that Jabberwocky. Maybe we'll explore the other location we haven't been to yet. Maybe there's a bookstore. Yeah. Maybe there's someone we'll need to bug. Who knows? I guess I'll just keep it as Spy. I really don't know how to save it. I don't have a name for it. Like I normally do. So, with that, thank you all for watching. We'll solve a whole bunch of puzzles next time. We'll find things to help us solve the puzzles next time as well. But at least we got into that thing today. That was nice. But as usual, thank you for watching. And hopefully you enjoyed this with me. I'm still up in the air on how I feel about it. It's the whole connection to her mother. I still don't know how I feel. We'll see how this plays out. But I'm enjoying playing it. I'm enjoying all the puzzles and stuff. I don't know if I want to talk to that guy and tell him everything yet. I don't trust anybody. They're all bad guys. Every single one of them. Except for maybe Moira. We'll see. We'll see how this all plays out and how I'm going to feel about it. But next time we're going to find the missing cipher wheel and find a Jabberwocky book and hopefully find the passwords to the locked entries. I think that has something to do with those books. Or not the books, the servers with the symbols. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. If you enjoyed if you enjoyed watching me play this, click the like button. Click subscribe if you want to see the rest of this game, the rest of the Nancy Drew game series, Beyond Two Souls, Avowed, and or Adamfall. Debating that one. That one I might go on the PlayStation though. So make sure you subscribe for any of those if you want to watch any of them, and then of course leave comments. I mentioned something earlier to leave a comment. Oh, pronunciation. Please correct me on pronunciations. And then also desk chair suggestions, headset suggestions. Always looking for suggestions for those. But as usual, guys, don't plagiarize. And also don't make weird viruses that semi-mind control people. Don't do any of those things.